Hey everybody, 8-Bit Josh here, and welcome to a Planet Coaster Builds episode. And this is a series I actually started with Planet Zoo, where I kind of just have like a longer time lapse that shows me building a blueprint. In Planet Zoo, it's usually like animal habitats, but I wanted to do one for Planet Coaster Console Edition because it has been a while since I've done a Planet Coaster Console Edition video, but this one in particular is actually sort of a companion video to a video I released not too long ago. So this is Grimm Manor, a shooting dark ride, and if you don't know, Planet Coaster has a ride. It's called Quick Draw, and it's actually an interactive shooting ride. Very similar to like the Men in Black ride at Universal Studios, if you're familiar with that, or if you've ridden it or seen it. And as a player, you can actually like ride the ride and play the game and actually shoot at targets. And it's a cool thing that actually, when it originally came out on the PC version. It was one of the very last updates to Planet Coaster, the PC version, and it was the summer of 2019, I want to say. There's the Ghostbusters DLC, which came with a Ghostbusters themed version of the Quick Draw ride, but they also included a non-Ghostbusters themed version, and that's what this is here. And because the Spooky Pack is one of my favorite packs, actually it's really funny because my two favorite DLCs for Planet Coaster are the Spooky Pack and the Adventure Packs, and I think it's super awesome that those were the first two DLCs that they released for the console edition. I guess maybe because that's actually the order that they were released originally for the PC version. The very first DLC was the Spooky Pack, and I'm pretty sure the Adventure Pack was the second one, because the Studios was after that. I might be having those mixed up. It's been a few years, I can't remember, but either way, my two favorite packs, you can get them separately or you can buy them as a bundle. I think it's totally worth getting both packs as a bundle because you get so many cool things. Like I said, the Adventure Pack comes with tons of cool animatronics and all kinds of things, but the Spooky Pack does as well, and you also get like all these really great kind of like haunted house decorations. You can see like these wall pieces here. They have like that spooky haunted house wallpaper look and like these different wood panels, and everything in this blueprint is 100% either the Spooky Pack DLC or like base game stuff. I didn't include anything from the Adventure Pack, so if you do get this from the Frontier Workshop, you have the Spooky Pack but you don't have the Adventure Pack. Well, you don't have to worry about it because this is only for the Spooky Pack. The last build I did, which is called the Haunted Temple, that actually has a combination of both packs, but I wanted to do one that really just focused on the Spooky Pack because, like I said, it's one of my favorites, and also the Quick Draw ride is like, it's really fun, it's really cool, and I think it works really well for like a haunted house kind of ride experience kind of thing, I guess. Also, I don't feel like you really see these too often. You usually see like the Huntsman Ride, which is very similar. It looks very similar. It's just it doesn't have the like shooting mechanic with it, where you just kind of ride through a haunted house that has maybe like a bunch of different triggered scenes and things like that. This ride has some triggered scenes, but it also has triggers that are connected to the targets. So one of the cool things you can do with the Quick Draw ride is you have You have these little targets. You have different variations. You have like a small, medium, and large, like round one. You also have small, medium, large targets that actually will like kind of flip up and then they flip back down after you shoot them. But you can connect the targets to triggerable items. Like for instance, these books right here, they're animatronics. They look all spooky, like they're popping out. But you can set it up so when the riders are going through, if they hit the target successfully, it triggers the books to move. Same with like the curtains there. You can see they're kind of meant to look like they're like flapping in the wind a little bit. And yeah, it's just, there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with that. And you can actually like sync up different things. So you hit the target, it syncs up this piece, and then it triggers this next piece, and it's just really cool. But this scene right here is sort of is kind of two ideas rolled into one. I wanted to do like a library scene, but I also kind of wanted to do like a dining room scene. So it actually kind of evolved into both designs in one room, I guess. So you have like the line of books there on the one wall, but you'll see shortly. I make like a little dining room scene with like the maggot effects, which animatronics, which are really gross, but they're also really cool. So there you go. You can see I actually started with the birds there, but I decided like I didn't feel like they really made sense. So that's when I added the like little maggots, and they're really gross looking, but they're so good. They work so well. But that's the like kind of little dining room scene, and I wanted the chairs to kind of look like they've been pushed over and falling over and just going every which way. I also wanted to create like this little spooky character sitting at the table, so I did this like little spooky jack-o'-lantern guy. He's got like the spooky hat, and I give him like the spooky arms and the little scythe. I think that's what those are called. I can never remember. But yeah, I just wanted to give like a little, I wanted to make it look like there's like a actual little character there. Maybe he just sat down and is getting ready to eat some food, or you never really quite know what he's up to. But yeah, I just thought it was like a fun little addition. You get like with this character, you get like all the little arm pieces and the hand pieces, so you can really kind of just kind of shape him like whichever way you want. So I made it look like he's like sitting there, he's holding his like little weapon there, or maybe it's a tool. You know, he might not use it to kill people. He maybe just actually needs to cut down plants and things. I don't know. But and then so going from the kind of library / dining room area is we go right into the dungeon, so it gets extra spooky. And this is where I had a lot of fun with like the skeleton animations, or animatronics I should say. There's the rat animatronics you can see as well. We also have there's like a sort of like a dark spirit kind of animatronic, and there's like an open grave scenery piece, so I combined those together. But this was like, I just thought this was really fun with like the skeletons looking like they're hanging there and kind of still alive, even though they're skeletons and they're struggling. That one on the far right, maybe he fell down, but you know, he's still stuck there. He didn't know where to go, so he's just sitting there looking for help. But yeah, there's the I added a bunch of these kind of like little graves around, and the headstones, and it just makes it all look really creepy. Had to add the one little jack-o'-lantern there on the ground. Just one little, gotta have a random little jack-o'-lantern, right? And then I just added like, there's that kind of like little arch that goes across, and some extra details on the walls here with like this piece, like this little kind of trim piece. I don't really know what you call those. I'm not an architect. I don't know a whole lot about building, but I just kind of do things that I think looks cool. Like adding these spooky, they're like little doors, windows. I kind of just used them for windows because they actually do light up. And then there you can see like the cobwebs, just makes it you know, it's a dungeon, so of course it's gonna have dark and spooky cobwebs there. But this is that open kind of grave pit, and then there you can see the spooky little spirit guy. So there's going to be a target there. You can see I'm actually setting up some of the targets now. But when you hit the target, the guy will actually like pop up, and I put a color there so it like it's going to be like really dark when you ride this because it should be at nighttime. But when you're going through it, when you hit that target, the guy pops up and like this red light turns on, so it's like this like really like shock. It's like red light, he pops up, and it's like, it's supposed to be scary, that kind of thing. The other cool thing you can see there with the arrows with this ride is you can kind of dictate which way the car faces as they're going through. So you can see as they come around, it sort of spins to the middle there to face the grave and then spins back so it's going straight. You can pause it as well. So if you have like a scene that you want the riders to see, you can pause the ride for a few seconds. And then this area was more or less just supposed to be like a little, maybe like a little garden or like spooky garden or maybe just like spooky forest. But I wanted to include all these trees because they're fantastic. I love the spooky trees, and those are actually from the base game, those spooky trees there. So that's really cool. But I wanted to include the animatronic spiders, which I know, you know, some people have phobias and things like that, but the animatronics are so good. There's like a bunch of like little small ones, as well as a giant spider that you can like assemble and things like that. So yeah, I really wanted to incorporate it. I'm sorry if you don't like spiders or if you have a phobia, but they're just so good. I had to include them. But there's like a bunch of different ones. There's ones that like drop down, like they're dropping from their web. Others that are kind of just hanging out, chilling, maybe, you know, moving around on the wall. And yeah, it's just, it's so good. The spooky pack is, like I said, it's my favorite. I love, in general, if you're, you know, familiar, if you know me, I'm a big fan of like spooky horror, Halloween, that kind of stuff. So definitely, like, I was super happy. But there's the giant spider, which is also part of a trigger scene. So as you're going by, you hit the trigger, a light comes up and the giant spider moves, and I added like the little slime effect, so it looks like he's kind of like salivating like green goo. It's supposed to be just like really gross and scary. So hopefully that came through. I think it did. I really like it. If I didn't mention, I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but like I said, this is a companion video to the cinematic trailer I made for this. So that is actually will be linked up in the corner. So if you want to just check out the cinematic, which also includes a point of view shot. So it includes a point of view from the guest, but then also a point of view of the actual interactive element. So if you want to see me play it and ride through, you know, you can see the score that I get at the end. See if you can beat me. You probably can, because I didn't do a very good job. But yeah, so that's it for the time lapse. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do and you want to see more, be sure to leave your comments below. And yeah, so with that, I am 8-Bit Josh, and thanks for watching. See ya.